and welcome to a little video about the FIFA World Cup 2002 Gamecube game, because I made my quest to play through every Gamecube game that I own, that I ever played, that even exists, and for some reason I thought it was gonna be a good idea to play this one. Because first off, you're probably gonna ask, how do you beat a sports game? How do you beat a FIFA game? With the other FIFA games, it's a more complex matter of, okay, what does it mean to beat it? Do you have to beat the Premier League, the Bundesliga? Are you just going to play through one league, or do you just want to win the Champions League? Because in those games, the Champions League is like the best thing to win. Here, it's an easy solution. I picked the 2002 World Cup game because you just need to win the World Cup. And here, some of my personal history. A football game was actually the first video game I've ever played, which was International Superstar Soccer Deluxe for the Super Nintendo. And I did enjoy it. I loved the game. So yeah, that was my first video game of all time that I played at my uncle's house. The thing is, back in the day, I was a kiddo. If you grow up as a kiddo in Germany, you kind of come into contact with football and you kind of like it. Some people don't, some people do. Obviously, it's also got football. If you say it's soccer, yeah, you should maybe change that. I mean, only Americans do it. I think Australians too, and obviously those two don't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because those teams in the world, they don't make a dent into the football world. But basically, enough about that. FIFA World Cup 2002 for the Nintendo GameCube. First off, I have to say, this is the first game I played after not playing this game for like literally since 2004 maybe, because first of it feels weird to play a football game with a GameCube controller. This was the first football game I've played for the GameCube, and it was the last one too, except I bought FIFA 2003, and I recently tried it out too, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna put this backwards. I'm gonna put this way back into my backlog of these games, because oh Jesus, I can't do a full season of this control scheme. But I think, if you enjoyed football games back in the day, you used your PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation whatever. You don't play football games on the GameCube except Mario Smash Football, because that is still one of my favorite of all time, and I don't want to start about the Switch game because that was a big disappointment, but anyways. So, this game, it's a World Cup. Obviously I picked Germany because I'm German. The thing is, I picked the second hardest difficulty, and here you can see I got kind of on by the AI because I just had to get used to the controls again, because again, you don't really know how to play football game on a GameCube controller. You're used to the PlayStation 2 or the PlayStation DualShock controller layout, and when you get back into it, it feels alright, but it still doesn't feel as good as a DualShock, especially since there's some buttons missing. It feels weird, but back in the day I didn't mind because I didn't know better, but when you play Pro Evolution Soccer 4, 5, 6, the best football games of all time, you understand how much worse it feels to play it with a GameCube controller. Here, since I picked Germany, the group was Saudi Arabia, Cameroon, and Ireland, and obviously I restarted this actually because I did not win a single game in my first try. I lost against Ireland, I lost against Saudi Arabia, and then I obviously got freaking kicked out. So I didn't even play this game against Cameroon, or did I? Yeah, then I restarted, and you have to say the German team in 2002, it was also the first World Cup I personally watched. You can call me an old man now. Obviously a big disappointment. It wasn't a disappointment. Like, if I'm serious here, or if I can be serious for a moment here, Germany did not deserve to go to the finals. The World Cup in general was very rigged. South Korea didn't deserve to go so far. They got fucked over by the referee. Spain, Italy, they got fucked over by the referee. It was a World Cup that, as a kid, I didn't understood really. But when you grow up, you kind of realize, holy shit, this World Cup was rigged as fuck. To make Japan and South Korea go further to promote the football in those countries. But that's nothing what the game has to do with that. The thing is, here against Saudi Arabia, actually I think I won. In the thing is, in the real world, Germany won like 8-0 and Klose had like 3 goals, and which is supposed to happen. Here, here you see Klose, good save by the keeper. The thing is, the keepers in this game were pretty good against me, but obviously most of the time I kind of shot right at them. Most of the time they got MVP against me. the thing is, obviously the game would probably be a little bit more fun too if you pick a good squad. Like, Germany isn't total trash. Here's the special thing about this game though, like, it's a little bit realistic obviously, but it's not like a total simulation. It's kind of arcadey because you can see Sebastian Deisler here has a little star above his head, which means that if you have, or Carsten Janka, which doesn't deserve, I think his rating is like 86 in this game. He wasn't bad, he won the Champions League with Bayern and everything, but he wasn't like someone that deserved to be like the star player of a team, of a national team. And if there's a midfield player who has a star above their head, their passes and long passes are very good. Like, they come towards the player you kind of want to. Otherwise, your passes can go kind of bad, but they have the special power to make better passes. And you have the same thing with the forwards. I don't know about the defense. Like, I haven't played in the Germany team. There was no defender with a star above his head, and I don't think those exist. Maybe in Brazil, like Cafu, great defender and everything. But here, I didn't have any of those, so I don't even know if those exist. So with the striker though, if those people have a star above the head, you make the ball go on fire, and their shots are like very hard to save from the keeper. And here, Michael Ballack, what a genius goal. Look at this. He just takes a shot and puts it right there. This camera angle, look at this. He just shoots with his right foot and bams. And that was my first win. I don't think I scored another goal in this game. We can. The thing is, there's not much to say afterwards. Like, we can watch my very nice way to the finals, like a 1-0 win against Saudi Arabia, which isn't very, bombastic. I don't think I've won a single game that was like bombastically won, except against Ireland. That comes later. Not this one against Ireland, because I think I barely won this again. But maybe we should see all my goals, because I don't really have anything to add about this game. Oh, yeah, there we go, Michael Ballack again. And then, the keeper can't keep the ball, closer just, has to just put the ball into the net. Not really much of a difficulty, and I kind of regret not playing the CPU on like the highest level. But I think, I didn't know that the CPU is not going to be that smart. Like, the thing is, they have their chances, but it's not like they, for example, like there, we saw that. But Oliver Kahn, a giant in the German goal, I think, he's still my favorite goalkeeper of all time. Like, Oliver Kahn had everything. He was obviously, toxic masculinity and everything, but he was like a man, he was like, yeah, he was the kind of keeper that you want. Like, he was full of energy. He sometimes got into a little bit of fights. Like, he tried to bite like someone's ear off against Dortmund, which is my favorite team. And obviously, as a Dortmund fan, I kind of hate Bayern, but I can't deny that I freaking loved Oliver Kahn. I hated him for playing so well against Dortmund and other teams, but obviously he was he for me, better than, obviously Manuel Neuer, also great keeper, one of the best of all time, maybe even the best of all time, with how he became the sweeper keeper that we all know him of, and there was nothing Kahn could have done against Robbie Keane. And Oliver Kahn, a monster in the German goal. I was very sad when they didn't make him the keeper for the 2006 campaign in the World Cup in Germany, which is also a game we have to play eventually. But though that time I played that game online, only PlayStation 2 back in the day, a lot, and I was like rank 1 for a few days sometimes. It was a fun game to play online, like especially the older FIFA games, Pro Evolution Soccer Online. Even though the thing is, I can also tell you the story of how I broke my PlayStation 2. I broke my PlayStation 2 by playing Pro Evolution Soccer 5 online on a PAS forum tournament, because the thing is, I was like up 3-0 before the end of the game. Like, in the 18th minute or 80th minute, like 80 minutes have passed, I still was up 3 goals to 0, and then he still turned the game around and I lost. And for some reason I thought, wouldn't it be fun to maybe, give my PlayStation 2, it was the fat one, it always was standing upright. I gave it a little push with my foot and it fell over, like, pop. I didn't even kick it or anything, and then it never wet a disc again. So that kind of made me kind of sad, because I kind of broke my PlayStation 2 because of a soccer game, football game. But in the end, that doesn't really matter. But here, we won the game against Cameroon. We safely got into the next round, which is the quarterfinals, even though Cameroon just scored. But I did win, or was it like really close in the end? I think it was kind of close. Like I thought I need a win, but I didn't really need a win. But then, in the end, it still worked out. Or did I still score a goal? Like, it has been since I played this game, like 2 weeks or something. Like, yeah, the keeper won the... yeah, I was first in the group, 5 points. But I could have been kicked out here, But then, the campaign of the winner started, And this World Cup, I don't want to spoil anything, but, I got my revenge. So against Spain, it was a very one-sided game for me. Like, I kind of dominated them, but then they went up 1-0 out of nowhere. Like, look at this. They give, the thing is, I don't know these players. Like, obviously, Spain back in the day, 2002 Spain, good team, but, Spain didn't start to dominate till like 2008. And, they won the Europa Cup that year, then the World Cup. And look at, wait, didn't they? Oh, they already scored. I'm a freaking idiot. Okay, then I can just skip all of this. But this was a nail bite of a game. Like here we see, Michael Ballack again. Oh, it was closer. Just going to goal, and then I think this went into extra time. And back in the day, we still had the golden goal, which the golden goal. The first term, or the first team who then scores a goal in the extra time, gets to win. Here we see Gerald Asamoah, a Schalke player, which I have to hate as a Dortmund fan, because their rivalry is very big, and he also is a star player, which he wasn't really a star player, but I guess when you pick a team like Germany in FIFA, you kind of think, oh, we have to make people better weighted, because we can't just say, oh, Germany sucks, even though we did suck in 2002. It was a miracle one, kind of, all because of Oliver Kahn. And there we see Gerald Asamoah, and he scores the winning goal against Spain. And then afterwards we had to go back against Italy. Italy, we got revenge for 2006, where Italy kicked out Germany in the semi-finals 2-0, which made me almost cry, in the World Cup, which was in Germany, because I'm German. I said it already, but who else would even pick Germany in this game if you're not from Germany? Like, I would, if I wouldn't have cared about football or anything like that, I would have probably picked something like Denmark, something that makes me think like, oh yeah, I want to be the underdog. But here we are the underdog, kinda. Like, it had like Del Piero and stuff, even though I'm not quite sure right now if I think he was still active here. Sometimes the time is just so, sometimes time just flies so far and so fast. And then, against Italy, there we go. Was it a header goal? No, it wasn't. Oh, did it? Yeah, they did. There we go. That was, what is Maldini? We don't even see the names. Like, I don't think Maldini even played here anymore. And then we see Gerald Asamoah again. That was my, Joker goal getter. And then I think we still scored a second goal before it went into extra time. Oh my lord, that was so freaking close. But yeah, I would say that this game is fun in a way where, if you get used to it, because I wanted to play this because I remember the game being so much more arcadey. This felt a little bit more stiff, but I think it felt more stiff because I didn't know how to play at the start. And even here, I did lots of mistakes. But back in the day, I remember, just shooting from like the midline with my star players, and then, having like one of the best goals of all time, like right into the angled top left corner of the goal. And that's what I remember the game for. And here I didn't quite get that experience anymore. It kind of ruined my experience with the game, even though, even back then, I didn't know better. The second I played Pro Evolution Soccer, I was like, holy shit, this game is so much better. And I kind of hate that it's called Pro Evolution Soccer. Like, it should be called Pro Evolution Football, but that doesn't sound as nice, I guess. But if you can, oh wait, I think this even went into penalty shootout. And the thing is, I even had to quickly look into manual how to actually do the penalties. And the thing is, sometimes it didn't work. Like, I think I held like one ball that went straight into the middle because I didn't really keep the ball. Like, I wanted to shoot like left or right where he would have went, but I shot into the middle because my input didn't got taken. I think it was this one where I wanted to go like bottom right, but it went into the middle, like there. one of those. Oh wait, he missed shot. Like Oliver Kahn here. Look at him. Left go. Can he keep this penalty? And there we go. We solved it. We solved the puzzle to how to win the World Cup. And I think I kept like 2 penalties. But I think I also missed shot one. Or did I score all of them? Yeah, there we go. That was a good shot penalty, but you know it wasn't good enough for Oliver Kahn, because he saved it right back, and then we just had to make this one go in, and boom, Germany goes into semi-finals, and there we meet an old friend with Ireland. And this game, I don't even have to say anything about it because we just won like 3-0. That was like the biggest one game I won. And then, you know, we meet an old friend in the final, and it was a very hardly fought final because just like in real life, it was Brazil. We had to play against the game gave us the team that would have mirrored the real life. This is how it should have went. You know, it was actually one of the harder games. I think, you know, Brazil is like the end boss kind of team in this game. Like, they have star players, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Cafu. And you know, you can name everyone, and everyone was a world-class player. Like, that team deserved to win in 2002. They could have also deserved to win in 2006, but Zinedine Zidane in the quarterfinals or the finals afterwards, it wasn't the semi-final, or was it? Against France, you know, he won that game for France single-handedly, and then he kind of single-handedly lost against Italy because of the headbutt. You know, that was still. But the thing is, I still love Zinedine Zidane just for the headbutt. Like, it's like one of those scenes that you will never forget. Like, if France would have won, it's like, yeah, France has won the World Cup, who cares? But, you know, the headbutt is forever. Obviously, the thing is, I think the French players cared more about winning, to be honest. But obviously, he won it in 2018, but none of those people still paid for France, obviously. And I hope, you know, this year in 2022, they will have the same fate as most winners of the World Cup. You know, most of the World Cup winners, 2010, Italy out of the group stage. Spain out of the group stage 2014. Germany 2018 out of the group stage. You know, like, recently every one team that won the World Cup before that, went out in the group stage. And, you know, so Germany plays really badly at the moment, but, you know, maybe the thing is, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you go out in the group stage or quarterfinal, it's like, who the fuck cares? It's like, if you think about it, the World Cup format is very fun because there's only so many games. There's only like 3 games, 4 games, 5 games if you win that really matter. Like, one bad game in the group stage can still get you onto the quarterfinals, but if you then have a bad game, it's over. And that's what makes it so fun and nail-biting. Like, one bad game and you're over. Like, in the Champions League, you can win, or you can lose the first game and then still win in the second game. You know, there's always the possibility. And here we go. Yeah, Gerard Asamoah scores the winning goal against Brazil in the World Cup final, which in real life this would have never happened. Gerard Asamoah, good player, and you know, I think in 2006 he was like the person in the team that really kept the morale high. But you know, not that great of a football. And then, you know, that was the end of the journey. We won 1-0 against Brazil. We took the World Cup, and that's how I never have to play this game again, because I don't think I will ever touch it. And yeah, that was my story of how I became the world champion with Germany in the video game on the Gamecube called FIFA World Cup 2002. Or, you know, FIFA Weltmeisterschaft 2002, which I would say in German. You know, that's the end of the road for me. You know, I think this was not even really a review, but more just a review of my gaming godlike skills in this video game. Like, I wanted to make this like short, like a 5-minute video, but for some reason I just started blabbling about everything that didn't really matter. But, you know, I hope you enjoyed it. And, you know, we became the World Cup winner, and for some reason they gave the MVP to the Brazilian goalkeeper, which is kind of weird. Like, wouldn't you give it to the person who shot the winning goal in the World Cup final? But no, we just gave it to the person who saved all other shots. Coolio. Very amazing video game. But yeah, you know, and we will see you next time when I will beat another Gamecube game, even though I already did. But, you know, I just wanted to make this video. So, you know, till next time maybe.